to our last episode of
Tools at Tea Time
On Tuesdays.
with Tim and Anna.
Yes, and this is our very last episode of the season, Tim. It's been a wonderful season of Tools at Tea Time. Woo-hoo! Oh, yes. All right. So just want you guys to take a look at all of these wonderful presenters. Some of them are with us right now. And let's take a moment to remember all of the great learning the show has provided.
Yes. And Anna, what about, there were so many great episodes. What about like John Almarode? Remember how in the middle of like pre-spring break, crazy, everybody, am I hybrid? Am I live? He inspired us to do what we knew was right and to do what's best. That as teachers, we often have deep knowledge of what students need and don't listen to everybody telling you 50 different new things to do all the time. Yeah, that was great.
That's right. So we wanted to take a few minutes for you to look at the slide and think about what impacted you the most. And take a few minutes to share on the chat either a presenter that you really liked, an idea that you took and ran with, or maybe a tool that really changed your life as a teacher or educator. So go ahead and put that on the chat when you're ready. So go ahead and use the chat and write down one that really grabbed your attention.
And several of the presenters are here. Robbie, Nicole, Caitlin. Yeah, we were Kevin. Yeah, we didn't get Tracy. I don't know. Maybe next year if we do this. Yeah, but anyway, so many great presentations. Yeah, so we'll be watching the chat. Kevin said, I got a lot from the session on creating your own cell phone app with Google Slides. Oh, yeah, that was a great one, Kevin.
That was really good. Yep, the Cell app.
Yeah, that would be such a handy tool with parents, I was thinking. Yeah. The community. Caitlin really appreciated just the community, and it was great when we were all in our little isolated bubbles. Thanks, Caitlin. You were a big part of that. Nicole said the Cell app.
All right. Well, we appreciate that. And I've learned a lot from you guys. So I do appreciate all the time talking and presenting and sharing. It really made my life as an educator better. So thank you.
Yeah, some of those breakout groups really helped me to even imagine bigger what the presenter was presenting. So, yeah, that was
Yep.
great. Mhm.
All right. So we are going to try. Are you seeing the roadmap right now?
Now we are. Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right, so we got our normal tea time roadmap. We're going to start out with our fan mail, go to this week's theme, go to our special guest and community check-in. But the difference is this week, our roadmap will end in summer vacation. Woo, woo, woo.
Woo! All right. Okay. So we're going to go to our fan email. Um, are you guys seeing it,
Yes, we're seeing
Tim?
it. We're
Okay.
good.
So, Rodney has been a great part of Tools at Tea Time, and he wrote to us for the last time. Hi, Tim and Anna. It is certainly bittersweet that today is the last episode of Tools at Tea Time. I have enjoyed my time with you too. You're always so willing to answer all of my questions. Well, here is one more for you. How could I stay connected and continue to learn new tech tools this summer? I think Rodney made a little mistake. Eternally grateful for you, Rodney.
Eternally. Whoa. Oh, and that brings us to this week's theme,
Um, what are you
which
seeing it?
is, yes,
Okay.
connecting and empowering teachers through Google for education resources. Yeah, I
All
think this is
right. Yes, and that takes us to our special guest of today. I hope you're seeing that beautiful face on your screen. Tiffany LoSasso is a digital teacher librarian with the Jefferson County School District, and she is a leader with Colorado Google Educator Group. So I'm going to stop sharing so that Tiffany can take the reins. Welcome, Tiffany.
Welcome, Tiffany. Glad you're here.
Hi, everybody. Thank you. All right, let me go ahead and get my screen sharing. You guys can all see that. Does that look good?
We're good.
Beautiful. Okay, so we're going to talk about GEG Colorado, which is short for the Google Educator Group of Colorado, and kind of just give you an intro of what it is. You are welcome to grab these slides at any point by going to bit.ly/GEGco and then capital T and T. All right. So first off, like they said, I am Tiffany LoSasso, and I am a digital teacher librarian, which means I handle the library and the technology at Mandalay Middle in Westminster, Colorado. So I do all the things. And I am also the leader of GEG Colorado. With me is I've got a whole crew of captains and other co-leaders and such. And so there are all of those Bitmojis you guys mentioned earlier, all right there. And so quickly, let me tell you about what GEG is. So this is actually a program through Google. So it's not just a bunch of random people deciding to call ourselves a Google group. We are vetted through Google, and they provide us some resources and things like that. And so it's a very cool program. There are GEGs all across the world. There's even some in Egypt and Israel and all over the place. So there are different GEGs for different geographic areas, but you are not required to stay within your GEG group. So you can branch out and check out, like GEG Ohio is a really awesome one. And there's just all these ones you can find through the Google Educator Group program. So what we are all about is connecting with educators and supporting educators in whatever they need, specifically around technology integration. It doesn't have to be Google products, keep that in mind. It can be any technology. We have run sessions on Pear Deck and Screencastify and all the different kinds. But it's professional learning opportunities. We are here to empower and share. We do a lot of collaboration and try to build our community just like Tim and Anna do. And so, it's all about just kind of boosting each other up and seeing what else we can do for each other. So some of our past events, these are a few of them. These are not all of them that we have had, but some of the bigger ones from last summer that we ran. And I believe, yeah, I'm smart. I made each of these clickable. So if you did want to hop straight to the video and learn about those things, you can go check those out. So future events that we have. So I have summer with a question mark because we're still working on our summer plans and figuring out, what professional development our members want and what we are able to provide, and reaching out to other ed tech companies to see what kinds of programs they can offer for us. But we are currently working with a monthly chat. So it's similar to this. We just kind of have 30 minutes to an hour of time, and it's just come by. We've got a few guiding questions, some few topics we talk about, and then it's just an open time to be with the GEG community. And so that's kind of where we're at. We are really active on our social media. And so you can join us on our Facebook group. You can just search for GEG Colorado, or these are all clickable because I like to get fancy here. And so you can find us on the Facebook group. You can follow us on Twitter. You can go to our YouTube page, which has a majority of the past professional development videos in there. Or you can go to our GEG site, which actually has a link to every single professional development session that we have done. Our group has been around for just over a year. They started in March of 2020, around the pandemic time, as a lot of things have. So check us out there. And the little bit on the screen down below, we like to hear from our members. We don't want it to be just like us back here saying, hey, here's what I think you guys want, and here's what we're going to offer you. if you have a session, a professional development session that you'd really like to hear. So we had a bunch of members request Schoology training. And so we offered 2 different Schoology sessions. And so we want to know, like, what are the things you guys are looking for? So you can tell us about it at this bit.ly, what you'd like to see, as well as if you are someone who would like to present a session, you can put your information in there and we'll get in touch with you and we'll do our best to get that scheduled and all of that good stuff. So you can find us here. And then we also do something called Sunday Share. And so every Sunday we post some kind of topic in Facebook or on Twitter. And that topic is, sometimes it's just like share a meme that got you through this week. And other times, you know, it's more specific to what is one tool that has gotten you through this year or anything like that. So if you follow us and join our Facebook group, then you can jump in on that conversation and just kind of build that community. We do have members from out of state, but we do have members that are all over our state, even the far corners and everything. So I mean, that was fast and furious because I wanted, you know, to give you guys a chance to kind of just dig into it. I meant to mention this earlier, but GEG is a free group, by the way. There's no like fees, nothing like that. It's just join us, join the community, so, you know, hang out with us, all that good stuff. And then if you join today, I've got a little giveaway for you. So if you join today, you can join me in getting one of these cool GEG Colorado pins that, so if you fill out the form, join up, then I will pick from those folks and I will, yeah, Robbie's got hers. There it is. I will get that mailed out to you for joining our crew.
Wow, it sounds like GEG, your GEG group and Tools at Tea Time were almost like sister efforts at the same time.
Yes, we should
Yeah.
combine forces.
Yeah.
It's kind of cool
Take
that we
over the
ended with you
world.
guys because we are so similar in so many ways.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah.
really cool. Robbie, are you a part of the group as well?
Yeah, I hang out with Tiffany quite a bit, and
So I forced
I'm
her.
always down to throw a GIF on a Facebook post.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
What were some of the favorite PDs, Tiffany, that you saw your GEG group do?
So the highest numbers was the first Schoology offering, and I facilitated that one, and that was either end of July last summer or beginning of August. So right as teachers are rolling out with beginning of the year, prepping their courses, and I ran one about Schoology, kind of the minimum Schoology needs and that sort of thing. And we've got, I think, 5,000 views on that video at this point. We had about 300 live while we were doing it. So yeah, that was the biggest one. And we've done ones on flipped classrooms and how to organize Google Classroom and everything like that.
Wow. Yeah. And tools that lots and lots of teachers are using.
Yes. Yep. We've had Pear Deck folks come and Screencastify and, you know, and they'll just run little sessions to give people just kind of the basics as well as a few advanced tips and everything.
So then if a group of teachers or whatever, they want a certain thing, then you go and connect them with Pear Deck, or like you said, it doesn't have to be Google, correct?
Correct. It's anything. And so if one of the leaders has connections to someone who works for the company, we'll reach out to the company and be like, hey, you want to come? Or if we have a member, so for example, I'm a Schoology ambassador, which is why I ran that session. And so if we have a leader or a member who is really knowledgeable on that topic, usually we'll reach out to them because we don't want it just to be the companies coming and telling us and selling us. You know, we want our members to be a part of it and supporting our learning as well.
That's very cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's very, very nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you, Tiffany. I think we are ready to go to our breakout rooms. So, Tim, you want to tell us what we're going to be talking about? Oh, Tim.
You're muted.
Yeah, you're muted.
Wow, we're a class act today. So as Anna gets us into breakout rooms, we'd like to ask, how can you use what you learned about Google for education resources to maybe prepare you for the upcoming year? And we got a pretty small group to Anna at this point. I think I don't know if you want to, how many rooms you want to make, but
Right.
yeah. And Tiffany will stay here in the main room. Is that right?
Yeah, so what we're going to do is ask for people that if you got the invitation for room number 1, just stay in the main room and we will chat with Tiffany. Okay, and this way we can also record the conversation. So if you got room number 1, stay with us.
And it
All
looks like
right.
Tiffany popped the links for the Google group and the slides both in the chat, if anybody's looking for that.
Yeah, so you guys can open it, check it out, and see how it works. So here we go. All right, how can you use what you learned today to help you prepare for next year? Anything that Tiffany was saying, did you go, ooh, I would like to learn about this, or something similar?
It's a big ask, but Tiffany, thinking about coordinating a group like that, to me sounds like it takes a lot of moving pieces to get that many educators together. What were kind of like those keys that helped you be so successful in networking and bringing those folks together?
So last year I was in ed tech at DPS. And with that, I just met a ton of people.
I wasn't getting it really. Oh, I think hi, Tim. Hey.
Hi, how are you
Hey,
guys?
we're good. We were just wondering if we could maybe be pulled back because we don't know anything about today. And so maybe if
Yeah,
they're still talking about GE, was it GEG or GC? That we
GG.
could hear more. Okay, yeah.
Sure. Yeah, we'll pull you back into the main room.
Okay, thanks.
I'm going to move you right now into the main room.
All sorts of different nailing down details, trying to feel like I've got enough of it together. And this is so much bigger. It's so cool what you put together.
Oh, thank you.
Support.
And,
Casey, yeah.
and I'm guessing you have been doing it all through Zoom or Google Meets, right?
Yep, we've been using Google Meets because we're Google, so we use Google Meets, and then the idea was that so the GEGs that existed pre-COVID, they would actually do like their monthly meetings in person, and then occasionally they would work something out with Google, and if there was a Google headquarters in their area, they would do some of their meetings at Google, which is really cool, and I would love to do that when that's allowed.
Yeah.
One of the people in the breakout room wanted to come back here in the main room because they felt like they didn't know GEG well enough, and they wanted to learn more from Tiffany. So,
well, let me call.
I closed the rooms.
Okay.
They should be back any minute.
Okay, there we go.
Sorry to interrupt the conversation.
No,
All
that's
good.
okay. That's okay.
Tiffany, have you started to have those conversations of when in-person meetings will start?
So we have not. I know that the Google Boulder campus, they are not returning to in-person stuff for the foreseeable future. They have not even given us a day or anything. So the meetings at Google are who knows when. I have been kind of kicking around the idea of in-person meetings this summer, offering those up. But yeah, it's also just a matter of, I was talking to Tim before the meeting about there's a lot of teachers who are just super burnt out this summer and just are like, I'm not doing any PD this summer. I don't want to, and so it's one of those, it's a lot of work and I don't want to put it in if there's not if people aren't going to do it. And so actually our Share Sunday, I think it was 2 weeks ago, was a poll about, are you interested in summer PD? What are you thinking? And so trying to get those feelings. So to be continued.
Yeah, Tiffany, I could see a lot of shock and surprise on the teachers' faces here when you said that people were burnt out after this school year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a long year and a lot of people are ready for it to be done.
Yes.
But we at least are personally better for it because we spent time with each other. So
True. That is true. Yeah. So what are some questions that you might have for Tiffany about Google to let you get to know it a little bit more, Google for Education?
I'm on my phone in my car. So are you guys going to send out the information in the chat when you send out the information for the tea time?
yeah, Ugo will send out the resources links in
Okay.
the follow-up email that comes after tea time. Ugo's
And
giving
so
us
my-
a thumbs up right now.
Okay. And so my question is, it's like, so you said the past PDs are still up. I mean, to join your organization, is there anything that we particularly have to do besides just say that we're interested in joining it?
100%. That's all you got to do.
That's have to do. Okay.
Yep. That's
That's
it.
it.
And then, like I said, join our Facebook group, because that's usually we'll do, when we do run a PD, we'll also make it a Facebook event. So you get that reminder and that sort of thing. Yeah, that's it.
And
I
Tiffany,
think
thank you.
Tiffany,
Oh,
how
go
do you
ahead.
pay for the Facebook marketing and all that?
We don't.
It's
very grassroots. While Google allows us to use their name and they send us some things, they don't really send us a lot, and we don't get a lot of resources from them. So everything comes from our leaders and our members.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Mhm. Yeah. So no marketing.
And Lynn, did you get the information about, were you able to get the link for the slideshow that Tiffany shared with us?
Well, Lynn's in her car.
Because I'm in my car, so I can't get anything. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, so you would be getting all of that on the email.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Yeah. What else do you guys want to find out about GEG?
Is it primarily focused on tech tools and things like that, or?
Yeah, as of right now, especially for this past year, that's what our members have wanted was, hey, my district has this tool. Do you guys have any resources on it? So that's been our number one, but we definitely have some resources for if people just want to talk about, like, how do I increase collaboration in my classroom, and creativity and all those wonderful things. We have resources for all of those. We've got some connections to some wonderful presenters who have just a back pocket overflowing with different things they run. And then there's another GEG. I know I'm supposed to talk about GEG Colorado, but GEG Global is an organization. It's the biggest GEG we have, and it is members from around the world have put this together. And so the whole concept is to just make it as easy for anyone to get information as possible. And so if any of you guys, for example, are looking at trying to get your Google certifications, your level 1, level 2, they have this wonderful boot camp where they actually spent, oh my gosh, the amount of work that they did for this thing last summer. They set it up so it went through all the different parts that would be on those tests to get your certifications, and gave you like practice things and all of that. All of that is still recorded and still on their website. And so again, everything's free, everything's accessible. So let me find their website and drop that link in the chat So anytime someone comes to me and says, I want to get my certification, I honestly just drive them right here because they did so much work. It's incredible.
I was going to ask you that. So we can't get to that link from the Colorado site. I mean, can we to get to the global from the
That's a great
from that?
question. I could probably add that to our website, add a little link there because they have so many amazing resources on theirs.
Yeah,
Great.
that's a great idea.
Thanks,
Yeah.
Lynn.
Yes, thank you. And thank you, Tiffany. So I'm
I mean,
looking at the time, and
oh,
I
okay.
think we are going to close it down with close down our very last episode for the season. So we've reached the end, my friends. It's the end. Episode resources are going to be in this little folder right here that Ugo will send also as a follow-up. And the recording of this episode will be archived in our website at dmns.org.
And can you all join Anna and I in thanking Tiffany LoSasso using your reactions buttons or your real hands or whatever you want to do? Thank you, Tiffany. We really appreciate you
Thank you.
coming to
Thank you guys for having me.
Yeah, and I can see a lot of celebratory reactions there. And we also want to thank every one of you who are here. And some of you have been here over and over, and we really appreciate this community of people. It's been a great year learning from each other. Thank you for that. And please let us know how we can support you and your students at the museum as we move forward. And I think we'll go ahead and advance to the next. Oh, summer's coming. Okay. So before you hit the forward button there, Anna, before you do, as we move into summer, please remember that we got opportunities for you guys to come and revive yourself and make it about your learning and not have to worry about everybody else's learning with some of our professional development. So check out it. It's on our website, but don't forget this particular one that's coming up. We really want to get enough people so we can bring Pat. You want to hit the forward button, Anna?
Good evening, I'm Tim Blessy.
And I'm Anna Marlott.
And welcome to Tools at Tea Time, Special Edition. Right on the heels of star English teacher Ruby Rule's announcement this week that after signing a $100 million deal, she is leaving her faculty team in Ohio to join the staff of Team Public School 431 in New York, this big announcement just in from Denver.
After only recently being outbid by Red Rocks Amphitheater for Beyonce's Summer 2021 tour, the Denver Museum of Nature and Science managed to upstage the popular venue by getting none other than Pat Brown.
Yes, nationally recognized author and science education leader Patrick Brown has joined the list of all-star educators bringing his show to Denver this summer.
He will be appearing live in the museum's prestigious Studio 201 venue from June 24th to June 25th. So get your tickets now since the critics predict sold-out houses.
If Pat Brown is not your cup of tea, then join us in your pajamas for our online course, The Language of Inquiry. Tracy's going to be there if that isn't enough to get you to go. Or in the great outdoors for field seminars. Those are filling up fast. We have 3 different field seminars in Rocky Mountain National Park, and we'd love to spend some time learning with each other in the Park Service and our experts that we'll be bringing in. And of course, you can find it at www.dmns.org/TPDK12.
All right. I hope that you guys take advantage of some of these wonderful trainings at the museum. We were talking before the Tools at Tea Time started, how wonderful the museum does a great job with catering to teachers. So,
and although we are paying Anna to do Tools at Tea Time, we are not paying Anna to say that. Anna, we lost you. Oh, she's back.
Oh, I'm back. I think.
Yes,
Can
you
you
are.
hear me? Okay.
Yes.
All right. And as you move into summer, please take time to revive and inspire yourself. And take time to rejuvenate and rest and be ready for your kids when they come back in the fall, because they're coming. And we are so thankful for you and all that you've contributed to this show. We appreciate you.
Have a great
Thank you so
summer.
much.
Thank you, Danielle.
I will see you around. I made you that inquiry. That sounds great.
Oh, great, great, great. We'd love to see you. Let
I,
us know if you have any questions.
I will.
yeah,
I'll keep
you
it
won't
on.
regret
Thank
it.
you
It
so
will be
much.
great.
And thanks to
Oh.
Ugo, who's been out there admitting people and doing tech every time. We appreciate Ugo.
Yes, thank you, Hugo.
Thanks, you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you.
Thanks again, Tiffany.
Thank you guys.